major title against the Renaissance man, Simon Whitlock. Will it be Ireland or Australia walking away with a £100,000 winner's cheque? Welcome to Ireland. Good evening, Dublin. A huge crowd here tonight to see if Irish dreams can come true. Can Gurney win the Grand Prix? John Parton, Wayne Mardler here. It's been a great week. Should be a fantastic final.
Yeah, it's been a really fantastic week, full of surprises, and it's been a very well-played week because there's been a lot of opportunity with some of the names we're familiar with not quite getting through or being here. And so we've had hotly contested games from the guys you don't expect, and a lot of steadiness, a good standard, a great standard even.
Huge pressure on both players tonight. Is there more pressure on Gurney because of this lot, or will they help?
Quite possibly, but I'm not sure he's feeling it, because Darrell's on the up, of that there's no doubt. He's a better player now than he's ever been, so he could be thinking, this is my first one of many, I'm going to get to the next one, wherever it may be. He probably feels all big and strong, whereas Simon could feel, I haven't been in one of these for a while, this is all new to me, it seems new. He's scarred, Simon. Yes, he's brilliant, and he's back to somewhere near his best. Simon may be protecting, maybe. We shall find out. Darrell, I think, will be the freer. I really do. I think Darrell will be the more relaxed. How that pans out, how that translates into what happens, I don't know. But that's the way that I would take it.
John, it feels like a big event tonight.
It's huge. World Grand Prix final. I love it. And I think that for Simon tonight, he's going to have to get out to a good start early, like in the semi. Just in case he does stumble. He can't afford to get behind Daryl Gurney. Daryl Gurney is a machine of darts right now. And it's why he's in the final. He's been effective and fantastic. And so that start is going to be critical for Simon Whitlock.
Let's quickly remind you how they made it through to this final.
Christian played awesome. I had to dig deep to find something special to win that match.
For the first set, look at that in the middle with authority. Oh, this is good. This is really good. And that is a brilliant win for Simon Whitlock.
I got lucky then. Christian had one match start. I just think one match at a time and see what happens.
This one, very hard to split. First, if he hits the ball, he'll stay there for another bullseye, which he has done. Oh, what a check out from Daryl Gurney.
Well, Lewis now under real pressure for a place in the second round of the World Grand Prix.
I'm going to give myself 110%. Make sure I try and please this crowd, but this crowd, we're going to try and go all the way.
It's really hard, you know, we are good friends. We play every week. He's a great player.
Good dart, Simon Whitlock. Class shining through.
Simon Whitlock is in real control in this match now.
That was emphatic.
First time we've ever played on TV. I knew if I could play him the way I play him on the floor, I knew I've got a chance.
Oh, absolutely superb darts. Double 14 it is.
Blistering display from Daryl Gurney. The Irishman in Dublin finds the double.
Joe's a super player, but just really glad I got over that game.
I like Benito. We're good friends on the tour, but, you know, I have a job to do and I won.
How about this? He could go for ball. It's in! Marvellous from Whitlock.
For the match.
Oh, what a performance from Simon Whitlock.
I knew he had a great game on him. I won the match and I'm really happy with that.
Expect a quality contest.
I want to do it for these fans here, and I want to do it for them.
Splendid stuff. Under pressure, 2-2. Daryl Gurney drops to his knees.
I really don't care who I play. I try and play my game, and I try my best. I really do. I think I need another minute.
I haven't got a good record against Mensa.
Oh, what a fantastic match.
When I was 3-1 up, I felt in control, and then all of a sudden, I panicked a bit.
He's lost his focus. He's thinking too much about the finish line.
It's 3-3, and Whitlock is in a spot of bother.
I just had to dig deep, you know, and I pulled it out, luckily.
start again.
I'm stoked with that. You know, I was absolutely gone then, and I just dug deep and found something special to win that set.
John's a super dart player. He's a gentleman. I don't want to give him a chance.
That is a real good dart. Huge dart for a big-time player. Northern Irishman Daryl Gurney crosses the line. He beats John Henderson by 4 sets to 1.
I think for the years the crowd has been coming here, I think they deserve an Irish champion.
I've got a lot more to offer now. I'm a different player again.
Pressure, raw emotion, and the stats, John Part, indicate it's going to be pretty tough to pick a winner.
Yeah, well, the stats have them very even. The average is almost identical, and the stats say that's why they're in the final. But the stats also say Daryl Gurney's been getting in well, and Simon Whitlock's been saving games well. So that's how it's probably going to run, I'd say, Wayne.
Yeah, and if it does go that way, Simon Whitlock will be under more pressure than Daryl Gurney. We've both played this format, and once you start chasing constantly, if your opponent's getting in, just like with Daryl Gurney, just say with 72 or 71, so is it in the double, single, to chase that constantly when you're not getting away first start is so taxing. And over 9 sets, which is what the format is tonight, if you're constantly doing that, that can be so tiring, if it goes that way. We've not seen a robot yet. Michael Van Gerwen and Phil Taylor are the nearest we've seen, so...
Whitlock's match against Sulovic will have taken something out of him. He admits he almost went during that match.
I think that you're in a World Grand Prix final. It's a major, Sky Major final. The adrenaline can help sort you out, at least for a bit. Although if it is long and grueling, as Wayne suggests it could be for Simon, chasing after Daryl Gurney, he might just run out of steam. You're struggling to split the two of them. Let's have a look at what the bookies think. It could be even money the pair, really, couldn't it?
It really could. I sincerely, well, I did. I thought Simon Whitlock would have started favourite. I really am struggling to pick a winner. I'm only going for Simon Whitlock because John fancies Daryl. I think it's going to go 9 sets anyway, I really do. I can't see any one of them folding, and I can't see any one of them producing a game to annihilate the other if they play decent. I just think it's so tough to call.
A new name on the trophy guaranteed tonight as well.
Well, I just believe my eyes in what I've seen lately out of Daryl Gurney. I believe he's put it together. He's managed himself well on stage and off, and I think he's got it within himself to just complete the deal tonight. Being an old guy, I'm kind of rooting for Simon, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be probably about 5-2 to Daryl.
Cheers, boys. Should be a good night ahead. Dublin, are you ready for dance? Let's play.
Firstly, would you please welcome from Australia, the winner of 17 PDC ranking events, the former world finalist and European champion, ladies and gentlemen, the wizard, Simon time to welcome home the winner of the PDC ranking event, the US Darts Masters finalist, Ireland's #1, ladies and gentlemen, Super
touching warm, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Good times never seem so good.
Down again, it was brilliant, Wayne.
Orchestrating the crowd. The atmosphere's already building here. There's a bit of tension flying around. I thought halfway down the walk on, we're not sitting too far away from where they walk on, Dave, are we? And I thought Daryl looked really nervous, and then he kind of come to life the minute he got up there. So I don't see this being one of those games where they're both they can't perform with fear. I think they'll be both very relaxed and get on with it. I think the pace will be okay.
We moved the final to a Saturday night.
Yeah.
It's worked, it's brilliant, it's party atmosphere.
Yeah, the atmosphere is good, but like I said, that little bit of tension is just built up, and neither will be paralysed enough to not be able to compete. It's so tough to call, which is good for a final. We don't want one-waywardness.
You'd have never picked these two at the start of the week to be in the final.
Well, you might have picked one from the bottom half because Gary Abson's absence kind of produced that. And by the way, Gary Abson and his lovely partner Rachel, they had a baby daughter today.
Brilliant news, isn't it?
Yeah, Ty has a little sister.
Gurney against Whitlock, £100,000 at stake. The Unibet World Grand Prix title. It's been a great day of sport, but we rounded off with a classic. Rod Studd and John Partin commentary.
Well, thank you, Dave, and yeah, we're certainly ready to go here. It's been building and building and building all week, and we're finally going to get the questions answered tonight. Who will be the new first-time World Grand Prix champion?
Good question, John. Good question. It is only the second major TV ranking final with no player from the world's top 10 in it. The only other one being here at the World Grand Prix, perhaps not all that surprisingly given the format, when Mervyn King, then ranked number 17, took on the then ranked number 22, Michael van Gerwen, in 2012.
Yeah, he wasn't very good then. He only won the event.
Yeah. So it is a rarity to see none of the heavy artillery wheeled out for a final, but there's some heavy artillery wheeled out by the Wizard here to open proceedings.
Well, I guess I kind of alluded to it in our build-up before the match, and although we don't have the heavy artillery that we know, it's still been heavy artillery all week. The darts, the scores are there, the big outshots. There hasn't been a thing lacking in quality of darts thrown.
Nothing really between them on the stats going into this final from their 4 previous rounds that they've played in this tournament. Whitlock was averaging 86.9 as the final started, and Gurney 86.73. Neither here nor there. Gurney had better stats doubling in, and Whitlock better doubling out.
And I think it's really key for Simon Whitlock, if he's going to pull through and get this, to have a good early start, build up a cushion for himself just in case. Maybe not because he gets nervous later, but stamina, I think that Daryl probably does have the advantage. He's much younger, so Simon needs to get out and do things like this.
105.
Have an early break opportunity.
He's certainly earned that, John, hasn't he? Oh, 180 to leave 32 is handy. Oh, still leaves 72, but now the opportunity you alluded to, John.
Yeah, I think they're key for him, and this is where he's strong in the stats, the finishing, the doubling. A double top.
57.
Not even close. Too much aim in that dart.
Double 12 to hold. Yes, survives a scare. He's on the board. He holds throw. Whitlock had that single dart at tops. Couldn't convert them.
Yeah, now he looks a bit shaky trying to get in.
No score.
The doubling confidence. Out and in are 2 different creatures, but they're still related. And one will affect the other at times.
Daryl Gurney's starting stats quite phenomenal. He hit the double with his very first dart 57% of the time, and 9 times out of 10, John, he's got in with one of the first 3, which is remarkable, really.
Well, that's been his strength, and that's why it's so important for Simon to get into him early, put pressure on him, and maybe affect that effectiveness.
The first maximum of the match. Daryl Gurney's 15th of the tournament. Whitlock leads that statistic with 16 for the event.
He's spurned that early opportunity, Whitlock, and already it looks like he's letting the tiger out of the cage.
45. $95. Are you at 130? $98.
Highly unlikely he was going to go for that.
Yeah.
$97.
Double 16 for Daryl to double his lead in the opening set. No bother. Well, what could have been an awkward start had Whitlock hit double top, John, has now turned into a very good one for Daryl Gurney. He's now serving for the set.
Great adjustment there. It was a little bit awkward the way that first dart was leaning across the double, but he just went down a little bit and avoided it somehow. It could be a little intimidating as the opponent too, when you see the guy you're playing make those tiny adjustments. That's the hardest part of the game. Sometimes it's easy if you're like using the barrel of the other dart and coming in alongside it, then it's like a ramp. But when you're not making contact and making a small adjustment, a lot harder.
Bingo! What seemed impossible, or almost impossible, for Whitlock to win this set is now merely improbable, because he's now on course to force another break opportunity. 60 up plus these.
96.
Yeah. This, the only other tournament aside from the World Championship with the set play, and I love it.
140.
So many more complexities. of the course of play and things to think about as a player.
John Part, a man who's won 3 World Championships under the set play format.
And actually, my other PDC major was the Desert Classic when it was a set play format before they changed it. So
it was indeed.
99.
I need all the little tricks of thought to help me out.
Ooh. Well, lovely use.
110.
The initial bull darts, and at the end he's got him down to 41, but will it matter? No, that is not there. So now 2 darter here for the Wizard. They sprinkle a bit of magic dust here. Get his first leg.
Oh, it drifted a bit, but no problem on the double.
Simon through first. Game on.
So you will feel better. First double out of the match, always a little bit of an issue if you miss a couple of darts.
32.
Away he goes again.
73.
Remarkable run continues. 74th leg of darts Gurney has been involved in the tournament, and 67 times he's got off on the first 3. It's amongst the highest we've ever seen in the competition. It's absolutely remarkable and so important.
Of course, yes, and when you have that as an advantage, if you're not like in the mean and the average, then you will be pressuring every opponent you play by doing that. And you do get worn down mentally when you're always catching up.
Lovely.
134.
Really cool from the Northern Irishman, whose many friends and family have made the trip to the outskirts of Dublin tonight to cheer him on.
100.
Leaves the big one.
Yes, he's composed himself quite well this week.
140.
Well, 2 really good visits, two big treble visits from Daryl Gurney. Whitlock can't reel in the big fish. Gurney then coming back for the set with a 2-dart combination.
Daryl 54.
Double top to Super Chin to win set 1.
44.
Well, the odds are he'll be back, but it's not a guarantee. It's not a lock, John, is it?
I'd say far from it. I'd say it's a coin toss even. 50-50 in my mind on these kind of good outs. Just needs 1 treble. Can adjust down nicely. He'll be upset with himself not to get the crack at the double.
Daryl 110.
Well, Daryl Gurney now gets a crack with 3 darts at double. Oh, that's a darting disaster. Cardinal sin, John Part.
You made a poor assumption there about the 3 darts.
Very good point.
Commentator's curse.
52.
I think he was trying to bust his score there and hit the 1. I think he was, well, only he knows, was very adjacent to treble 20. Anyway, in any regard, tops then to level up the set. Oh, the underwire in the middle. Well. Now already, John, in this final, a pivotal leg so early in the piece.
Yeah, good out there. I had a little laugh, and Simon almost hit the 9 the first dart, and he kind of hesitated a lot because the irony was that the leg before he wanted 41, he almost hit the 12 going for the 9. Both times though he was successful.
Look at this. Look at this. Right now then, really crucial leg. I'd say it's more important for Gurney for 2 reasons. 1, it's on his throw, and 2, if he loses it, he will have squandered a 2-0 lead in legs in this set, and that will hurt.
Yeah, that does some psychological damage.
Give Wizard a 49-point lead midway through this leg.
Oh, and just that first dart getting up there like that shows a bit of the pressure, and then he couldn't adjust. So now Whitlock, the favorite to take set one.
Squandered those 4 opportunities, Daryl Gurney. Darts at double to win the set.
That 57 for Whitlock, though, was squandering an opportunity to have the position. And Gurney, well, he wanted more, but at least he left the finish of some kind. Simon's lucky, though, he didn't get more.
Oh dear. Wild still on the 20s, John.
Yeah, now he needs a 2 treble to double finish, and really that was poor, but it's the pressure. It's a setup turn, and
35.
He's left 1-2-9. That's a little easier, though, should Whitlock miss.
Well, if there are any canine spectators, they'll be feasting. We've seen a dog's dinner and a dog's breakfast in 2 successive throws. Whitlock won't go out. Craves a treble.
56.
Well,
what an edgy end to the leg, John.
Yeah, maybe there's a dog biscuit here for Daryl Gurney. And the 1-2-9. We'll go with 19s first, so treble 20 for Bull.
Well, from 88,
64.
Whitlock ought to be borderline guaranteed to at least get a shot at Bull, but bearing in mind the last 4, 5, 6 throws, nothing a guarantee at this stage. Oh, well, there you are.
Exactly. It's just so much tension on this. You would expect 25 for tops, but could be 33 for 32. Certainly. So 2 darts for double top.
Well, tops is where his problem started in the last leg, as he went round the houses from tops to 10s to 5s. Well, they were better thrown darts, but they didn't find the target. And Simon Whitlock, from nowhere really, is now odds on to take the opening set on the Gurney throw. Who would have thought that 5 minutes ago? Double 16. Double 8 for an act of piracy, and he can't pickpocket the leg. Daryl Gurney cannot believe his luck.
This feels like the 9th set decider. The tension on it, it's a first set.
Well, to end a marathon set and a marathon leg. Looks easier to hit now than miss, but he has missed.
He's had 5 darts at double top, all that exact margin above. What can he do? And that's what I was saying earlier, but that's the hardest adjustment. That little adjustment can be so hard.
2 twos. Appropriately, it ends in the madhouse. It does end in the madhouse. Well, they both suffered. They both suffered on that big stage, but Gurney is now suffering more than Whitlock because he's squandered 9 set darts and a 2-leg lead in that set, and Whitlock has somehow pinched it. The Australian leads 1-0. Well, what a start to the World Grand Prix final. Daryl Gurney missed what seemed like dozens of darts at double top. There were 9 in total missed set darts from the Northern Irishman, and that was one after Whitlock had won the set. Thrown to show, well, he could do it, but he didn't do it. Not when it mattered in any regard. Frustration for Daryl Gurney. Delight for Simon Whitlock, who managed to pinch that leg. Absolutely remarkable, really. He was 2 legs down in it, somehow won it 3-2 with all those missed darts by Super Chin, and Whitlock smiling like he is in that picture. He's every right to. The Wizard, 1 up. He'll have the darts in the second set. Just how significant could that be, John, do you think?
Well, he took it pretty hard right at the time, but the reality is it's not that big a deal. And it's first to 5 sets, and there's a lot of darts to play between here and now. Simon could kick off positively from that, take the next couple, be up 3-0. And I think Darryl still isn't out of it then, if that did happen. So really, I think it could have went either way, and either way, it wasn't that big a deal. It probably does keep Simon more in the match, though. It's more of a positive for Simon than it is a negative for Darryl.
Well, Gurney continues his blockbusting starts to legs, where he's going in remarkably. First dart averaging almost 60% at double at first dart of a leg. His finishing doubling percentage is now down at the tournament at 34%. So he's getting on for twice as good at hitting a double at the start of the leg as he is at the end, which is mind-blowing. That's tonight's statistics.
Yeah, and someone who wasn't familiar with it might say, well, there's pressure at the end of the leg, but there's pressure getting in, because if you don't get in and your opponent does, you can lose the leg there.
Yeah, well, the bizarre thing is Whitlock at the start of the match was 36% going in and 48% going out. Go figure, John. And he can find the treble all right, Darryl Gurney.
Well, Simon was fortunate in that 5th leg of the first set because he wasn't 46% at double there.
No, he wasn't. And he'll be very happy, Simon Whitlock, if on this next visit he's 33% at double, because that means he'll hit it with his last dart. Any one of these 3 will do for the Wizard. Double 8. Well, it will be 33% if he hits this, but it won't, because he now needs double 2. What's going on?
Well, Simon's done much better with the pressure at its highest on doubles. This certainly would turn it around for him. Double 18. What a finish with Simon Whitlock on 4 after missing 3 darts for double. Says, yes, that's the plan. That's what I can do.
You have to laugh, don't you? It's mystifying. Head-scratching darts. And Darryl Gurney, believe you me, has got no idea how he hit that one and missed all those others any more than you and I have. That's the great charm of darts. It's mystifying.
Well, he's hoping he doesn't leave anything under 150 anymore. Just keep taking out those big ones. Because when you've been faced with a double, it's been vexing.
It was brilliant though, wasn't it? That 156, really sensational stuff. A bit like this. He had a maximum in that last leg, and in this one he has his 7th 140. Really has been the epitome of consistency this year, Darryl Gurney. Oh, as Whitlock hits his 2nd maximum. Yeah, he's been to the semi-final of the UK Open, the semi-final of the match play, and beyond the semi-final of the World Grand Prix. The only players that have ever done that in the same calendar year are Phil Taylor, Michael van Gerwen and James Wade. Shows what kind of company he's keeping.
83.
Well, he's a good match winner. He knows how to stay alive. But that's one thing about a final. 41. It's a different psychology. All of a sudden, you're not playing to try and play again. There is no again. So that motivation is gone. You have to find other reasons to win. So if you're a survivor and that's your technique, that's not going to help you in a final.
Well, some would say there are 100,000 good reasons this evening, John, in the form of a check that will be trousered.
I didn't say there were no reasons. Just saying some people are very good at winning matches and getting to play again, and that's a good motivation.
Double 6. Yes. And he stops a streak of 4 missed darts at double. He levels up this set And that was courtesy of a couple of maximums in that leg, which takes the Wizards' 180 tally to 3 to Gurney's 2. And away he goes.
Yeah, I think Simon was impressed with that 156 from Gurney's. He's trying to show what he can do now.
An accidental double 8 will do just as well, and he follows it with a deliberate treble 19. Well, after the edginess of that final leg of the first set, both players settling into their work now.
I'm sure there's some edginess soon to follow.
Sure, you're right, John. But not on that throw, there's not.
Around about leg 4 or 5 of the set, usually. That's why we love the set format. That ramps up the pressure at key times.
140.
This is a superb leg. Whitlock has left 132. Champagne shot finish. They feature a couple of balls here. Oh, not now. He's missed the ball and outer ball.
Yeah, I expected more after his 120 finish.
Well, yes, you're referring to the single 20 bull. A couple of rounds ago. Oh, Darrell now. Lovely stuff for tops.
93. 50.
Well, over the years, we've seen a few players ping a ball when requiring 50 with 3 in hand. We won't see it here. Yes. The first one didn't invite any kind of guide or marker.
Holding it down to throw first. Game on.
Well, in a superior position in the set once again. And this is the leg he needs to try and wrap it up with the advantage of throw. Again in. But, you know, Whitlock's had, he has his concentrated blast of excellence. And Gurney's aware of that, so he's very wary.
89.
Oh, lovely turn.
140.
Where'd that one go? Simon switched that last start to the 18s because he caught a lot of the wire on the treble 19 and he was afraid it might get knocked out.
140.
Darren Gurney has earned a reputation as a prodigious treble 20 hitter. He's underlining it tonight, and so is Simon Whitlock, who hits his 4th maximum of the match. He's given himself a chance. He had 4 3-figure out shots in his success in the semi-final.
Yeah, he wanted the 57 for 2 tops there. You got to get the first start in any combination.
Well, treble 20 would exude confidence. Bull the safety net. Goes Bull. He's hit 2. He's still on somehow. A random number outside the middle of the board could have produced anything, but it's not a bad one. Treble 18. That's what he was looking for. Is it treble 4?
32. So you require 44.
16. And this set now back in the favour of Simon Whitlock, because after a 4th consecutive break of throw in it, he has the dart.
And Gurney doing a little tiny bit of head shaking, trying to compose himself. Wasn't too pleased with that, and maybe he really should have gone for the 16-32 and been aggressive.
65.
He's better as an aggressive player. He's not good as a safety net player.
Yeah, I must say I prefer 60 to 32, and it's interesting to note that Phil Taylor always goes treble 20. Michael Van Gerwen always goes treble 20. The best and most confident players
And now it's quite pleasing because it's a common strategy. If you only get the single 20 to go for the two double 18s, which is quite a natural shot, really. So yeah, I'm kind of surprised he played the other shot, which people have for a couple of decades now. The thinking is moving the other direction.
Oh, what a time to pile in the fifth maximum. That really is a body blow. That's a real strike from Simon Whitlock.
60. Simon by 160.
Well, can he now finish off the opportunity that he has crafted for himself?
Great dart to land on top of. We didn't land on it, but it's double 18.
98.
And that, not too good a dart, ends up on the awkward old double 9. Probably a 2.
Needs the treble here to leave 170. He has found it. Now, will he split this or will he go straight for it?
Yeah, split it. He split it all the way. Come on. Well, now it's awkward.
Well, this is shades of the previous set in reverse, because Whitlock now has missed 4 for the set. Remember, Gurney missed 9 for the first set. If this goes, the roof will go. Now Whitlock is thrown 3 outside double 9. Will he change his MO here and split it? Or is he going to go to the same route? Oh, it's the right route for Simon Whitlock. That was brave stuff. That was positive. That was decisive. And he's got a lead, which may in the end prove to be decisive. Raced the 5 sets, and both the opening ones have gone to Simon Whitlock by 3 legs to 2. The Aussie is in front. Simon Whitlock strode into a 2-0 advantage. Both the sets went to the final leg, and Daryl Gurney, a confused and frustrated figure. He spurned 9 set darts in the opening set. Simon Whitlock leads 2-0. He needs 3 more sets though to win his first major televised title since the European Championship of 2012. When he defeated Wes Newton by 11 legs to 5. It's been a long time in between drinks for Simon Whitlock. Will he be uncorking the champagne tonight? The Wizard.
Well, he's got the kind of a start he needed in this match. I don't think if he'd been down 2-0, it would have been looking too promising at all. I certainly feel like Gurney's capable of coming back more at this sort of a situation. His steadiness should provide him opportunities. That said, however, I think that there's a pressure growing on Gurney. He's the favorite marginally coming in here, but at the back of his head, he's thinking, oh, come on, you got to win a set. So what he really needs to do is get a set under his belt soon.
Well, what has not deserted him is his ability to double in at the start of legs, because he's managed to do that in every leg. Well, that's unlucky. There's no really good time to have a bounce out, but I suppose if you're going to have one, it's when you're 191 in front and your opponent hasn't started, although he has now.
Yeah, as they go, that was a good time. Okay, thanks. No worries there. As long as they all go in later when I really need them.
I'm not sure the darting deities quite work like that, John, do they? They don't respond to those kind of requests.
But I think if you moan about a bounce out when it really doesn't matter, then they're probably listening and they'll give you a few more when it does. You have to be gracious to the darting gods.
Yes. Well, Whitlock here has come out like a man who's been looking face down on the floor and spun round 25 times. And is now struggling to locate which is the hockey and which is the board, but he is 2-0 up. That's the main thing.
57. Narrowly require 110.
Now Gurney. Yes. Had that 156 in the last set. He's looking for a 110. No problem. Well, that's two outstanding three-figure finishes which have been thrown with nonchalance by Daryl Gurney. But there's been some nervy stuff in and amongst.
92.
Well, the script hasn't gone how he wrote it, so he's going to have to write a new one. And I think he's doing that as we go. He's so steady. And once again, well, after Simon got in pretty well. So you have to say the pressure will not subside on Simon Whitlock, even though he's ahead 2 sets to nil. In some ways, Simon Whitlock is the kind of player that needs a proverbial gun at his head. He needs that pressure.
The last big meeting was full of pressure. It was in the UK Open. In Gurney's run to the semi-finals, he defeated Whitlock in the last leg shootout. Whitlock having made the early running in that match, but Gurney getting home by the odd leg.
Great first start. Good adjustment after a bit of a overthrow on the second.
So Daryl Gurney can really take a vice-like grip on this third set.
Well, how vice-like can 2-0 be if you've already blown one?
Well, he had, yeah, the vice was loosened. The vice was lubricated and loosened, and well, he hasn't taken that out, has he? 2 missed again. He's missed 14 finishing doubles. Mind you, Whitlock's missed 18.
Likely to go right at it, so let's see which way he goes. For double 8 then, to hold his throw, and he does so. Well cleaned up there.
He's away again. He needs some kind of psychological technique or ploy, John, to pretend he's throwing at the start of a leg when he's actually at the end of it.
Yeah, but he got in, but only with 23, and Simon is hammering that, punishing it as if it wasn't an end. And this against throw. This is starting to get to be pretty sticky for Daryl Gurney.
Well, will these two players be in the Premier League in this very city on February the 1st at the 3 Arena when the 2018 Premier League kicks off?
43.
Magical tour around not only the UK and Ireland now, but Europe too, the Netherlands and Germany. All those tickets available. For darts like that, if Daryl Gurney's in, and he's certainly a front runner. Whitlock was last in the Premier League in 2014 and is positively itching to get back into that elite 10-man field.
58.
If he wins this, surely Johnny would be a shoo-in, wouldn't he?
I would think so. His concentrated burst of excellence he gets at times, I think, are enough to justify putting him in. He has that ability. Yeah, he wavers a bit here and there, but my, he can throw some darts. Still.
Former finalist in the Premier League 2012, where he lost 10 legs to 7 to Phil Taylor. If he wins this tournament tonight, he'll go up to world number 7.
He's done a good job leaving a Shanghai as well, but that's only if Gurney misses that, which he did. He was looking like he might do it. Left the double himself.
It's a great chance to get his first Don Plus finish of the night. And it's on as the wizard wields the wand, looking for tops.
Not quite sure where that went, but I don't think it was anywhere near the target. Yeah, hit the other dart, didn't it?
Couldn't get enough oomph behind it. That was the fact of the matter. And that's it. Gurney, well, he survives a scare. Boy, does he need a set on the board, but to come from 0-3 down, real tough. It's funny, you know, John, Daryl Gurney in the pre-tournament Pro Tour events, of which you play 2 over the weekend, don't you, the normal tour events. Daryl Gurney lost in the first round in both of those, the last 128, which is exactly what Robert Thornton did when he won this tournament 2 years ago, oddly enough.
Well, when you're competing in the big event, sometimes that you just don't have the right frame of mind. You're thinking about what's coming up. It's hard to compete in a regular tour event just prior. On the other hand, sometimes it's a great launching board into the event if you do happen to play well.
96.
Daryl Gurney would love to win this leg. Obviously, it would win in the set, but also it would take all the heat off the last leg. There wouldn't be a last leg shootout in a set of which he's already lost 2. That would really ask the question if it goes 2-2 in a set again.
133.
Well, he's got the 1-2-6 left. Whitlock. Bit of a stumble from Whitlock. He left the finish, but could have been better.
Daryl Gurney averaging in excess of 100 in this set. That leaves the bull. That leaves the bull. That is the bull. Boy, that's a bullseye. 156, 126. You just saw it, and a 110. He has canned 3 big outshots, and that gets finally a set on the board and gives him a foothold.
106.
Yeah, he really did a good thing there by avoiding that final leg where it could potentially go down 3-0.
71.
You don't want everything to always get down to the last possible moment when you perform. And pressure now
140.
off of Gurney in the sense of the negativity. Now it's just the pressure. Okay, we have a game. I have to play better still, but at least I'm not in that dire situation, perhaps.
Well, in his run to the final, he's had to go to the well a couple of times. A 2-1 win over Adrian Lewis, but most significantly the 3-2 quarter-final success over Robert Thornton, which literally went to the final leg of the 5th set.
Yeah, that was a good dogfight sort of thing where really that's prepared him. You need those sorts of matches to become a champion, or it helps you in any case. It's down the road, you're ready, you've been through that. And certainly Simon has as well.
60.
In the most dramatic fashion with Mensah. Didn't quite get to the last leg though, did it?
No.
60.
But he did against Christian Kist for Simon Whitlock in the first round, where Kist missed a dart to win the match. And Whitlock escaped with a quite magnificent 108 outshot to win the match.
Yeah, and we were looking at the stats. That sort of was what we were talking about. That's where he saves his matches, his legs. He wants to hold his throw now, 78, because Daryl's left the double. Might only get the 1 dart. Well, he's gone 2 for double 9, but that's why that double's no good, because it's only 1 for double 9.
Yeah, it's just bad board management, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you can have the argument that you're hitting a lot of treble 20s. That doesn't help Daryl at all. And that's why I step back and re-aim.
The aim is true. Now there's a game on here. Simon Whitlock coming inside double 9, and therefore wasting a dart at double. Gurney is punished. Gurney has the darts. He hasn't failed to get away yet in his first 3. This would not be a time to break that streak of success. Well, double 8 has been kind to him on many occasions in an opening salvo.
Yeah, I noticed Raymond actually using that as a strategy, I'm sure, where he would just go up as if it was finishing 32. I don't think Daryl's been doing that, but maybe he started to evolve to that because it's been hitting it. So You usually try to go with what works.
82.
What is working, I should say.
Yeah. We shouldn't forget that it's Daryl Gurney's first big major TV final. He did play the final on the World Series in the United States, where he lost to Michael Van Gerwen, but not remotely comparable to this kind of occasion in front of this kind of a crowd, with his friends and family urging him on, and all the pressure of winning a big major tournament.
131.
And £100,000 and 100,000 ranking points, which would shift him up to 6th in the world rankings.
97.
Not much pressure onto Gurney here. Looking very good to try and get to 2-0 up. Just to use this as a setup turn. Assume Whitlock won't take 167.
97. Simon Uruguay 167.
He won't.
57. Darley Uruguay 50.
Well, nifty 50 here for Gurney.
Ooh, not too nifty 4. 1 dart for double 16. And this is where Simon's been great at saving with finishing. This sort of occasion, he needs the 1 dart at treble.
Got it, John.
So, double 18 is his choice.
92.
Really expected that of himself, didn't he?
Bit of a roll here. 2-0 up in this set. Remember, if he wins it, the match is all square again. He's won 4 legs on the trot, Gurney.
Yeah, and although it's a set format, that legs on the trot thing, you're kind of aware of that if it's going against you, and Simon wants to just win a leg. Even if he doesn't win the set, he wants to win this leg, just up to the principle of, I can't have him just running rampant over me. You need to stop that.
Well, he experienced that when Minster Sulovic was putting the cleaners through him at the back end of the game in the semi-final, but somehow Whitlock righted the ship when he really needed it in that final set to get home 4-3 in sets against the Austrian.
And it was after the Austrian had stole the first leg essentially from him.
123.
That's right, in that final set. And it looked like it was all running away from Whitlock. It's running Daryl Gurney's way here. The maximums are level at 5 each, and the scores in this leg are level at 210 each.
Oh, very good. 140. He'll have his chance to snap that run of legs from Gurney and keep the set alive as well. And you imagine Whitlock came back 3 straight here as he did in the first set, and then he would have a 3-set-to-1 lead.
Oh my. 16 now. Well, that leaves double 9 via the treble. Oh, double 9, he hits it this time. Well, that's the unorthodox, not the approved route, but it is a route. And he parks up in double 9, and it's 2-1.
And what I just imagined is what Simon's imagining now in his brain. He's just, wait a minute, now I've got something here.
Daryl Gurney's got other ideas. Hopes to extinguish that thought from the Australian's mind.
Fairly unfortunate. Oh, how did he get in the middle of those two? Unfortunately, though, he's still 120 behind. 180.
81.
Well, Whitlock now needs some big scores and some help from Gurney in this leg.
There was that leg where Whitlock had 2 180s in the leg, and that certainly worked. Doesn't look like that's going to happen this time around. Still possible.
96.
Quite a gap in the averages, and the
140.
bloke that's leading is behind on those stats, although his lead is going to disappear if Gurney wins this leg. They'll be all square, 2 each in sets.
83.
Well, the maximum is what he's trying to get, or a 177 would be good. That would be a lot of pressure as well.
180.
You asked for it, John, and
195.
the wizard has delivered. Bullseye, so choices of double. Chooses double 16 for the sets. Yes, Darryl! What a great comeback. Ooh, what a great comeback from the Northern Irishman. He loves this game. We love this game. It's 2 apiece in sets and a race to 5. Gurney from 0-2 to 2 apiece. Welcome back to Dublin, where Daryl Gurney has levelled up the match. This finish, there it is on double 16, and then, well, goodness knows what that was all about, which is exactly what Simon Whitlock thought about it as well. What on earth's going on? Well, what is going on is that Daryl Gurney has come from 2 sets to 0 behind, and he looked in some trouble, but he has sealed that set with a kiss. He has the darts in this set. 2 apiece, race to 5. John has departed, and Wayne Mardle has arrived. Hello, Wayne. What have you made of the first 4 sets there?
I thought the first couple of sets were edgy, especially going to the last legs. But Daryl's played well the last couple. The 78 finish, or attempted 78 finish from Simon Whitlock, was one of the most stupidest shots I've ever seen. And it was so important. But I've got to say, that thing,
65.
what Daryl Gurney was attempting, whatever it was, to Simon Whitlock, where he was trying to intimidate him by brushing past, I've no idea. It's a non-contact sport,
85.
and to impose yourself like that is it's a little nasty and uncalled for. Don't like that at all.
Well, nor did tournament director Graham Fairhurst.
115.
We're being informed, and he's given Daryl Gurney a warning as to his conduct, which you'd endorse.
Good.
140.
You can't go around doing that.
No, well, basically he's told him to wind his neck in.
Yeah. I'm assuming that the adrenaline that Daryl was feeling from 2-0 down and pulling it back to 2-2 was all too much, and he couldn't contain himself.
Well, it's not rugby league, is it? But funnily enough, Daryl Gurney comes out to Sweet Caroline, which is the Castleford Tigers anthem, and they got a bit of a toweling by the Leeds Rhinos in the Super League Grand Final this evening, so Gurney will be hoping that
41.
it's not some kind of darting omen of disaster, a portent, if you will, as he looks to take the lead again in the match. He was 2 legs to 0 up in the first
65.
set before all that carnage started, as he missed 9 darts to win the set at double.
Yeah, the real quality shot from Daryl was going 2-1 up in the last set, and then the 1-4-6 in.
90.
It was beautiful.
116.
57, 19, tops.
76.
Well, 90. What will he do here? He should go treble 20. He might go bullseye, which would be silly play, like his 78 shot.
Always goes for a 60. Loves double 15. Double 5 now.
Game's on the first leg. Simon Whitlock. Second leg, it's Simon to throw first. Game on.
That was a nice little poke at double 5, and he's in.
106.
Will super chin get in? Yes.
111.
Well, this is the 20th leg of the match, and I think that Daryl Gurney has got in within his first 3 darts every leg, which backs up the stats before the match when he was getting in 9 times out of 10 in the first 3. It's remarkable.
Daryl's persona on stage, it's kind of odd because he's not really like that. He just normally kind of mills around doing his own thing, but on stage he goes ultra slow and all the histrionics. Slow, quick, slow.
6 180s apiece. More importantly and more pertinently, Whitlock wanted treble 19 for double thereof.
99.
Gurney now, he's had 110 finish already in the match. He's had 3 3-figure out shots already in this match. Will he stay there off the lie? No. Good switch. Wants double 18. Oh, foul. FAB. From DG. 4 ton plus finishes. That's what we saw from Whitlock in his semi-final against Monsieur.
Yeah. The most important ton plus finish for Simon Whitlock in this tournament was undoubtedly against Christian Kist in the first round. Christian had a dart at tops to knock out the Wizard, and he took out 108.
32.
Away again. Might have been the 3rd dart, but it was still on the first turn.
Got a switch from there.
No score.
Well, they were rough. Definitely got the upper hand. Definitely playing just that smidgen better. Pressure on Simon to get away here, and does.
To some tune.
46.
Well, you named it before the match, Wayne, didn't you? Said it was going to be very difficult to call. You fancied it to go 5-4, and even at this stage, you're right to suggest that Gurney has the marginal upper hand at this moment, but you certainly wouldn't want to be putting the mortgage down and him winning from here, would you?
No, even at 2-0 to Simon, my opinion was that they were both kind of quite unreliable, and don't get carried away if you've backed him, and there's plenty more darts in this final, and still so difficult. Let's just hope it's a moment of genius rather than someone missing to
44.
break the deadlock.
104.
Well, can he make it 5 big finishes? Can, you know, double 14. Oh my. 5 of them. Topped by the 156, which is his highest outshot of the tournament, Daryl Gurney.
146.
Well, Simon hit a 146 start in the last leg. Unfortunately, it wasn't on his first visit. Another set going all 5.
16.
He's away again. It's becoming a little bit of a game within a game, whether he can keep this run of getting off in the first 3 darts going. Well, there's 3 here. There's 3 there. Well, Simon Whitlock has thrown 6 perfect darts because of his choice of opening double 13. He can't get to a 9-dart leg, but he can get a 10.
Oh, that's unlucky.
20.
How will Simon try to set this up? Daryl Gurney, in all truth, probably should have won the first 2 sets as well, because he let go some, well, 2 decent opportunities to win them.
Well, the first set for sure, with 9 missed darts for the set. I mean,
86.
That really was a disaster for Daryl. Well, 95 scored would leave
98.
It's good. He couldn't see it.
Okay.
He darted himself, so he looked for the next best thing.
All right.
It's on the full leg.
The next best thing as far as Simon Whitlow was concerned was that double 16. Right now. We've seen 2 of these pivotal legs. One in the first set and one in the second set, where it's been the 5th leg of the set, and on both occasions Whitlock has won. He's going to do well to win this one from here after that start from Daryl.
The last 2 legs, Simon has started with 1-4-6. He'd love one now. That'll do. That'll do.
51.
Well, a very important couple of minutes.
140.
Which will certainly shape the destiny of this darts match.
The dynamic is that
134.
I feel right now, if Daryl Gurney loses this set, no big deal. But Simon Whitlock to lose 3 on the bounce, all this play and winning legs, and he's getting nothing for it. There's no return. And I think right now he probably feels just slightly second best.
139.
Well, this would be a 6th, incredibly, a 6th 3-figure out shot. But imperative just to set it up. Didn't have to take it out, it wasn't a priority, and so that will be disappointing.
Yeah, that's poor. Even 3 straight darts would have helped. Simon, well, you see Daryl Gurney's face there. He looked round, he's really feeling it. Look round to see what Simon was getting at. Huge shot, absolutely massive. What a marker! Double 16. And you see he went for the same point of the double. That's Haley, that's Daryl's sister, feeling the pain.
Is this the 3rd time that Whitlock will win a set 3-2? Is it? Is it? No.
32.
Well, we've been here before. This is a rerun of the first set where, to be fair, the pair of them looked like they were just going to miss for forever. And the longer he takes, the more the crowd are going to make a noise. It gets to a point when you stop composing and it becomes a hindrance. That's superb. Peacocking at the highest order. Plumage. It's game on here. Simon Whitlock was 2-0 up. Now Super Chin. He's 3-2 up himself. Winner of sets 3, 4 and 5. Get your head on, think about it. That's what he's saying. There we see. The World Grand Prix final. It's the first 5 sets. 3 sets have gone to the very last leg. There's been chances galore for Daryl Gurney to win definitely 4 of those. He's been slightly the better player. I actually think the scoreline represents the true worth of the players here, I've got to say. Just in case you missed it, Daryl Gurney's been warned for foul play and misconduct. He basically tried to barge Simon Whitlock after winning the 4th set. It wasn't too pleasant. Been warned by the tournament director, Graham Fairhurst, not to do it again.
Well, at the 24th time of asking, Gurney has failed to get in, although it may not matter. Whitlock away, 5th time of asking. Started the tournament. World number 12. Will be world number 10 if he loses, Daryl Gurney, but if he wins here, he'll be up in the top 6 in the world. He'll have a major title under his belt, and he will be one of the big boys.
Yeah. It's life-changing. Really is. Will be an absolute certainty for things like the Premier League and then World Series next year. Be a top seed in the World Championships, makes the draw easier.
Yes.
Will put a load of cash in his back pocket, and for the next year will be introduced as the World Grand Prix champion. That'll make him feel good.
And in terms of the world rankings, he'll be ahead of a lot of world-class operators, and that's why he'll be ahead of the likes of Mensah Suljovic, Dave Chisnell, Raymond van Barneveld, James Wade, Jelle Klaassen, Michael Smith will be the players he'll leapfrog. Follow Simon with another max, 8-7. On the maximum count to the Wizard.
58.
Followed a max with just 58. Simon Whitlock, the upper hand in this leg. 60-12. 60-4-12. Tops now, that's awkward.
32.
He did that previously with a 120, where he starts to stand up, they do block.
Well, he went bullseye on 92 last time, which is what he's done this time. 17 leaves the bullseye.
67. Simon require 40.
Well, he fluffed his lines to win the last set with this. Good dart, that. You just feel with Simon that when he's achieving it, it's a relief to him rather than him giving it the big un because he's doing something really good.
32.
He's hanging on here, Simon Whitlock.
Well, in January, it'll be 10 years since Simon Whitlock reached the World Championship final at the Lakeside in the BDO World Championship when he lost a real nail-biter against Mark Webster, and it'll be 8 years since he graced the PDC final at the Ali Pali when he lost to Phil Taylor.
Yeah.
Amazing how time drifts by.
134.
Great thing with set play. Simon now, if he can just carry on with the throw, which he's effectively taken, then throw first for the set, job done. But this match has not really gone without its drama. Both players, as I've already mentioned, I just feel slightly unreliable.
125.
Well, there's a certain edginess to it, and it's perfectly understandable. We've already indicated that Daryl Gurney is looking for his first major title, but Simon Whitlock, as he looks for a 9th maximum and switches to 18s, he's looking for his first big title since the 2012 European Championship. And this is certainly a bigger crown than that in any regard.
Oh.
100.
That's a weekend event. This is a proper major. Cue the arguments on Twitter.
Possible bull attempt here for the Wizard. Oh,
59.
right, just
Area by 80.
caught the outside of the wire, didn't catch enough of it. 80 needed, 20 needed.
That was just a wild one.
25.
Well, the missed darts at double in this leg have taken the misses past 50 in the match. That's just how edgy the finishing has been, and it continues to be so.
Like I said, Simon really is hanging on. Even when he's in front, he's struggling. I've said it before in a previous game, that nod by Daryl Gurney, it can't be doing him any good, because it only brings the chin, the shoulder and the arm down, and that was the low dart.
It's almost the action of a man recoiling after a rifle shot, isn't it? It's reeling back, and it's an affectation, isn't it, that is natural to him. I don't know if it's a trigger movement that he wants in his game.
He doesn't do it all the time.
32.
Every now and again.
Well, that will do.
That's the lowest off that we've seen, because you can't get low.
Yeah, start of 2. Oh, could we go from the lowest to the highest? Oh, Daryl would have been positively poetic.
Bit of petulance coming in from Gurney there. Looked a bit lackluster on the start, and then through those like he couldn't care less.
99.
Or is he looking for rhythm? I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's looking for rhythm.
Well, Simon Whitlock has had some close shaves in this tournament, not literally. He's still sporting that magnificent facial adornment.
Magnificent, you call it.
Yeah. But I'm referring to that first round against Christian Kiss. We talked about it, didn't we? That he survived a match dart. It is funny how that little bit of luck ends up in a final here, and he could go on to win it, and he could easily have been going home on the opening time of asking, second night.
With a bit of luck and an absolute bucket load of talent, you can win things.
100. Simon by 76.
Well, this is for the set and a level match in sets. Double 18, he's picking this a lot, and that's what happens if you get it wrong. I mean, you know, Wayne used to pick double 18 a lot, and ended up in the same pickle on double 9 yourself.
No, I used to get it. I was a lot better at double 18 than Simon Whitlock.
Well, tops, he's a lot better at double top, Daryl Gurney. Yes, the double 18, you end up fumbling around in a fog of your own making on double 9, and that is a sixth three-figure outshot from Daryl Gurney, although that's obviously the lowest of the lot, a level ton. But 104, 2 lots of 110, a 126 and a 156, for goodness sake.
146.
Daryl Gurney's last 2 visits. 100 out, 146 in. That'll help.
Funnily enough, the opening salvo of 2 helped.
Yes.
60.
You know, who knows how many darts he would have taken to get off if he hadn't hit that double 1.
4.
Oh, that's 6. Spurned and burned by Whitlock.
Nothing is coming easy to him. 2-0 up in this set and cruising, really.
Well, it could have been also simple, couldn't it? Had he hit that double 18, 3 straight legs, thanks very much, level game. Now, almost certainly going to be 2-all in legs, and suddenly a whole heap of pressure on Simon Whitlock. He had the darts, but hey, he'll have to get off, won't he?
Yeah.
77.
In his own mind, Simon's he's lost this leg. He's thinking about the next. Left out, right hand side. Right hand side.
54.
No.
Well, barring some kind of spectacular visit here, followed by some bodged double attempts.
98.
You wouldn't rule it out completely, though, would you?
No, not with what we've seen, but that is smooth. From 2-0 down in the set to 2-2, and 3 very important darts for Simon Whitlock. That's a biggie. Not numerically, but in terms of the match, that's a biggie, that 26.
65.
Huge. Daryl Gurney would move within a set of the match and of the championship if he wins this leg.
89.
The pressure on both. More so this man to stay in it. If he loses this leg, Simon, he'll be second best in 4 straight sets.
Oh, he could park 2 double-decker buses in there, but why not just squeeze it into that tight little parking space in the corner? For an 8 maximum, 8 apiece. That's more than were produced last year when there was 15 between Michael van Gerwen and Gary Anderson. 2 of the biggest big hitters in world darts. Oh, now then, back to back. But even that leaves that 92 again that we've seen him on, well, 2 times already. This is the 3rd.
What a leg from Daryl Gurney. Simon's not being exactly sluggish.
98. Daryl 92.
Well, his modus operandi is bullseye. 17 or treble. Double 8 for the set. Well, I'll tell you what, I know he missed, but he's been lucky there. That was high and wide. If it was just high, it would have busted the score.
Oh, 2 at double 19. Most difficult target on the board. He makes it look simple. Simple, Simon. Keep it simple, Simon. That's the way to do it. 3 apiece. It could have been 4-2 if Gurney had hit that double. He missed, Whitlock hits. What a game.
Christian Kist, as we said, missed tops to take Simon Whitlock out of this event in the first round. Daryl Gurney's just missed double 8 to move 4-2. And Simon took out 98. What a finish. Thrown like a man
86.
that believes he can. You can't do those finishes if you don't fancy it. Trust me. It's just not possible.
97.
Well, Gurney's doubling to start. Absolutely exceptional. Whitlock's superb. The doubles to finish, however, for both players. Gurney's so-so, but Whitlock's poor, ordinary, really.
So Daryl's starting better and finishing better.
He's scoring better as well, Wayne. And he's powered up 6 of those to Whitlock's none.
And it's 3-3.
And it's 3-3.
Mentioned it before, it's all about timing.
Yes.
140.
You try to explain that to someone who just wandered into the room with the stats, they're quite understandably completely baffled.
Yeah.
As Whitlock is here, by the way. 77 for Daryl Gurney to go back in front.
77.
2 10s. With 1 dart. Lovely leg that from Daryl Gurney. A 14 dart leg. Excellent stuff. Regains the lead.
Daryl is winning legs with a bit in hand. Simon hanging on. Brilliant, brilliant 146 again. From the beard to be feared.
36.
Well, he's returning to that, isn't he? He went through a period where he was the beard to be mildly concerned about.
I do like that. It makes me laugh. Along with a super win for Super Chin. I like that as well.
It's more poetic. He was saying earlier, Daryl, when we were talking before the match, that he's not actually all that keen on Super Chin. But I said to him, well, since you've changed from the dude to Super Chin, your results have been far better, man.
93.
So you think there's a correlation between nickname and performance? Do you? Really? Oh, come on, man.
59.
You're an intelligent being. Stop it.
That's lovely. So is that. Ah, what a setup from Simon Whitlock. Magic darts. To leave that double 18 again. But Pricey comes inside this time and ends up in that fog over by double 9.
Not a chance. Not a chance. He will not go inside, guarantee you.
Game's on the second leg, Simon Whitlock. Third leg is Daryl to throw first. Game on.
Seen this game before.
Simon Whitlock and Daryl Gurney have certainly played it before, haven't they? That's pretty evident from the last couple of legs we've seen.
35.
It's hotting up now, isn't it? As the pot really comes to the boil now. When all mistakes are magnified and each brilliant shot is emphasised.
Yeah.
66.
Yeah, every time your opponent hits a double, it hurts that little bit more. Chance. It's getting to that point when every hold and every break is absolutely crucial, or could be crucial.
99.
Simon's starting to believe again. He's gone through his hanging on phase. He's now trying to make a run for it. Once Daryl has thrown the last dart, you really should just walk to the board and collect. He does stall a little. I'm not sure the other players like it all that much. Says the man who'd do anything to put anyone off because it wasn't quite good enough.
56.
Needs a treble, doesn't it?
Well, that's going to leave Shanghai at worst. Well, I say that. I say that.
You were right to say it. It was a poor dart. He let you down. This is an important phase of the game here.
Well, the ordinary arrow from Whitlock, the difference between 135 and 120 is monumental.
It's now an incredibly difficult finish. 57. Oh, he couldn't, could he? Double 14.
107. 40.
Well, we saw Daryl miss 5 darts at tops in the first set. In Twitterland, they were saying they were poorly thrown. They weren't. They happened to miss. They all basically rested on the top wire. Daryl's points are quite long, so he can have a marker that just sits alongside, clatters the barrel and still does the same. He's got to be aggressive here.
Double 10. Goes in front again in this set. It's 2-1. With throw.
The best way to deal with disappointment is just crack on with a double. Yeah, you were good to highlight that Rod, about that 120 and 135. Huge difference. I know he had a double, we know that. But it wasn't a preferred tops, was it?
123.
It means, well, that miss and Gurney's double 10 means Whitlock must win this leg to stay in the set. The leg score, though irrelevant, is meritorious of mention. 17-14 to Daryl Gurney. All the stats show he's playing better than Whitlock. But of course, as you pointed out, Wayne, the timing's so important, and Whitlock hanging on in this fight.
60.
That's not good enough. Simon needs 2 trebles. 3 would be absolutely ideal, of course. 3 would be ideal. Oh my. Number 9.
Number 9. Oh yes, then the bull.
102.
Incredibly, that would have been 7 three-figure outs. So absolutely mesmeric finishing. Now this is vital. This is vital. Fair play, full credit. Full credit to him.
This is the 4th set now, where it's gone 2-2.
Yeah, good point. And the previous 3, 2 to Whitlock, 1 to Gurney. And only the 2nd time he's not away. What a time for that dexterous doubling to desert him at the start of a leg.
Simon can't make a meal of this. He's just got to keep that rhythm and have a bit of luck.
69.
Just like the 2, just like the double 1 in the previous set. That was a miss, but a hit, if you get what I mean.
Sheesh.
59.
That was wild, wasn't it? Real edgy arrow, that second one, which ploughed into the 7. Whitlock here was 10 in front, and he can absolutely pile it on.
I know he had 180, but he slowed down. You can't think about it. Trying not to make mistakes.
85.
He can probably afford one now and still win the leg and the set. He won the first 2 sets of the match. He's in a better rhythm now. Won the first 2 sets of the match, Simon Whitlock, and he hasn't won a set. Well, hasn't won a set until the last one to get level, and now he could go ahead again. This is really good from Simon.
135.
Yes, Savanga missed bullseye, which would have put him 4-3 behind in sets. Now he's got a chance to win it in style.
120.
What a leg. Daryl didn't get in.
On your glass, 32.
That was the catalyst for Simon playing so well in this set, in this leg, to win the set. Possibly double 8. He's covered it. Is he not moving? Yeah. Oh, what a dart from Simon Whitlock! He leads by 4 sets to 3. He's given it some. Daryl in dismay. What a match.
Sets. Yes, Daryl. Ooh, what a great comeback from the Northern Irishman.
That's superb. peacocking at the highest order. Oh, what a dart from Simon Whitlock. He leads by 4 sets to 3. Indeed, he does lead 4-3. It really has been a roller coaster ride for both players. Simon Whitlock winning the first 2 sets, then losing 3 and getting it back. He's 4-3 up, needs 1 more set, 3 more legs. That's all he needs out of 5, and then he will be crowned the World Grand Prix champion. You just get the feeling, Rod, that this really could go last set, last leg, both miss doubles to win it, don't you? Because it seems like one of those games.
Well, Whitlock, favourite to go on with it from here, but goodness me, it could not be. This has really swung like a pendulum.
108.
And it really has, as many set play competitions are, Wayne, been decided by just the odd dart at double in crucial 5th legs in sets.
Yep. Yep. Well, Darryl clearly not happy with that one. I wouldn't be happy with that one. Number 11. 11!
43.
This is the ideal scenario for Simon Whitlock.
39.
Set, frame for the match, and your opponent just going off the boil. But he's getting it back. Got to switch, Darryl. Think about it.
138.
Well, to leave 120, but it might not matter. Well, treble 19 would have left the ball. So,
99.
the wizard here can make a significant dent in the 3 legs he needs to win. He can't find the treble with either of his first 2.
60. Earlier it was 68.
Nothing is certain anymore. Double 4 for a break of throat. Simon really did let that go. There was a couple of shots where he was trebleless. Just what Simon didn't want. He was looking so good halfway through. I think that there's a trait to Darryl's game that is going to help him so much. And that is the fact that he doesn't rely on keeping a rhythm, a routine. And if you can do that, Phil was the same. Or he's the same. He hasn't given up quite yet. We'll be seeing Phil at the Grand Slam and Worlds.
Well, we must have watched literally thousands of darts matches, but I have to say, I think this is in the top half a dozen for most difficult to predict.
Yeah.
At any stage during the match, it's been almost impossible to nail it down of how the pattern of play is going to continue, because there has been no pattern.
Yeah. Which is what we all want to see, isn't it? We want to see games that are swinging from side to side, changing after every dart.
Oscillating, if you will. As Whitlock there with his 12th maximum of the 20 that have been hit so far.
.93.
Well, 16 would have left 170, but that's better. Needs 2 or 3 trebles. What'll it be?
140. Simon, you require 138.
60-60 double 9. Can he squeeze one in?
58.
Didn't even try.
170.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes!
145.
Oh, my. So near. And again, that's in the last set, a missed bullseye. You can hardly blame a man for that. But it has opened the door. Was he going 2 tops?
No.
He certainly wasn't bothered about the treble 20, and he's bothered about the double 20. He creeps closer, Wayne, doesn't he? He edges towards that winning post.
He's getting there. That was a break back. He's in. Will Darrell get in?
No score.
Just what the wizard wanted. If there's any such thing, it'd be great if a player could win a leg with minimal pressure.
48.
I hope you're enjoying the final with us. We're looking forward to the boxing later on tonight between Anthony Crolla and Ricky Burns. Will not start until after this final. You better catch that on Sky Sports main event later on this evening. Simon Whitlock will be hoping to apply the knockout blow to Daryl Gurney in this 8th set.
Just as I was saying, Simon needs a leg with minimal pressure. He's now odds on to lose it. He's had a few darts like that, Daryl. I don't know if they've slipped or he doesn't quite follow through properly.
96.
But it's not just the outcome that's uncertain. Even when a player is 200 in front of the leg, you don't get the feeling that they're going to wrap it up. Just making sure goes about his work right.
82.
There's been an obscene amount of 180s and 140s.
90.
50 140s and 20 180s. And I'm calling them unreliable.
It's like clockwork. He misses another double, but that's been the feature of it. He's had, oh, I've lost count, is it half a dozen? Yeah, half a dozen 3-figure finishes, but he's missed 33 darts to the double to go out, and Whitlock has missed 38 to go out. Carry on. Yes, that's another 13 for Whitlock, 8 for Gurney. Now then. This is virtually cannot afford to miss territory now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He's allowing the crowd to possibly play their part. Paralysis through analysis. This is not instinctive. That is what I was saying earlier about he's going to go a long way because he doesn't need a rhythm. He doesn't need a routine. He can stand there and just fire dart off after dart off. It's brilliant. That took determination, guts, took composure. Simon would have thought he's coming back there. Darrell tries to compose himself, keeping the heart rate down. It's always a good ploy. He's lucky that he can do it, because many a player would not be able to do that.
71.
That's why I think in the coming years he's going to be hard to beat, Daryl Gurney. A big old three-figure score. That's what Simon wants. And that will put untold pressure on Daryl. Even though Daryl's 2-1 up, he's thinking, I cannot lose this leg, because it means Simon will be throwing for the match. So there's a lot to be going on in the Daryl Gurney mind right now.
140.
Pressure at its highest. Scoring at its highest from both players there. And it continues to some tune. Well, he went for the lot. He would have left double 15 as it goes. He likes double 15. Does Gurney like 96?
Double 18 tops. Wow, he got it in there. Double 8. That is an amazing finish. Absolutely amazing. He had no right to be going for the 60, but he threw the dart aggressive enough. He threw it well enough. It had to go in, otherwise Simon Whitlock may have taken out the 75. Nice touch from there, from Daryl. Wow. We don't know if Simon would have got it. We got no idea. But what a finish, what a 96.
Well, pre-match, Arnold said it had 5-4 written all over it. In a rare moment of prescience, he's been proved right. And it's fair enough, isn't it? Because both players afterwards will look back on something that went wrong, and a big shot they pulled out, or a double that didn't quite go, or a treble that got them back in the game, and they can both think they could have, should have won.
Yeah.
But only one man will.
Yeah, you can dissect it all you like over 9 sets, and there'll be 40 or 50 kind of turning points. In the end, it's a bit like football. Only one team has the ball at once. It's a bit like with darts. Someone wins a leg, someone doesn't. Simple as that.
Well, that's half a dozen attempts at double at the start of the leg. He's come up dry half a dozen times just when he needed to find some water coming up with the bucket.
The only positive, it's not really a positive, the only fact is that it's not on the Simon Whitlock throw. That would have been a disaster.
31.
But what a bad leg does do, it gives Simon one less chance to break.
Well, has that brilliant 96 outshot from Daryl Gurney paved the way to his first biggie.
55.
With the way that the darting world is right now, Phil Taylor stepping down, Gary Anderson not playing as many events,
55.
Barney certainly not playing as many. Daryl Gurney can win things.
Plenty of breathing space here, although it won't feel like that for him. he'll feel under pressure almost regardless.
55.
Yeah.
But he has got 6 darts here, and he really, this is possibly the first time in, what, half an hour that you can actually relax just a little bit. Blake serves him well. Goes up in the decider.
It's been brilliant on double 8. None more so than that 96. Just 2 legs ago. Simon Whitlock is feeling it. Simon Whitlock is in trouble.
And if anything is going to make you feel less pressure, it's your opponent exhibiting the most clear signs imaginable that he is suffering from it. Look at this, Wayne. Look at this.
38.
Well, he missed 7 in the first leg at double to start, got off at the 8th time of asking, got off at the 6th time this time, and it's crippling him.
At 3-1 up against Mensur Suljovic, this Simon appeared. That was kind of finish line-itis, if you like. He eventually got there. And this is,
60.
He's protecting. Darrell's kind of going for it, and he's trying not to lose rather than to win. That's the way I feel about that right now. If Darrell keeps straight,
41.
I think he'll be fine. Simon Whitlock needs a biggie now. Otherwise, this phase is just going to last longer. That's brilliant. There you see him cheering himself on.
The phase won't last much longer, Wayne, if it carries on, because the match will be over.
Yes. Okay, the phase will last to the end of the match.
He needs 2 big trebles here.
But they looked cumbersome. Darrell's not eating too much either. Look, this is the end.
55.
This is the end of a long week. They're trying to win one of the biggest darts tournaments staged in the year.
98. Area by 134.
$16 for tops. Okay.
126. Simon Uruguay, 112.
Yes, he could have left tops with a single 16. He'll come back for double 4. Treble 19, and it's still on. Ball!
Game show on the second leg. Simon Whitlock. They'll make it down the point first. Game.
Improbable. If you'd have asked him his name 2.5 minutes ago, he'd have thought about it for a long time. He somehow mustered single 557. Bullseye. How? I don't know.
No score.
Well, for the 3rd time in this set, he's failed to get away with his first 3 darts. He got away with it. He got away with not getting away in the last leg, courtesy of that bullseye finish, but it just cannot carry on like this, missing opening doubles.
He got away with the last leg, but
yes,
at least he's missing 6s and 7s and whatever on Darrell's legs. I know he's going to have to break and he's running out of time.
Yeah.
But at least that's the only saving grace.
Well, the fact is he's missed 17 darts to start in this set alone.
Yeah.
But he's still up there standing. He's still playing, he's still throwing. He's still going.
Good grief.
A man who has been fumbling around at the outer ring, pins 3 trebles. Incredible antics from the wizard. Oh, this is a great leg now. This is a great match now. It's been a great match for some time, to be fair.
It kind of changed nothing really, that 51, because Oh, you don't want to go low here, Darryl. Double six. Well, in the last leg, Simon Whitlock took out 112. In that leg, Gurney took out 112. He is one leg away from his first major televised darts event. Brilliant from Simon after missing with the first dart. Well, you said a couple of sets ago, Rod, that it's going to come down to one dart here and there. It really might come down to one dart in the very last leg.
135.
This leg, Whitlock looking to win it, to send the match into the last possible leg. Gurney looking to wrap it up without recourse to that insurance policy in which he would have the throw.
Nervy darts from Simon Whitlock in the previous throw. It was like his shoulder and arm have gone to sleep. He actually tapped it as if to say, come on, wake up. He's gone to nervy Simon again. He loses his composure so often. Only two trebles will do.
Well, Daryl Gurney has already had 7 ton-plus outshots. Another will see him crowned champion. Well, there's not much to... Well, I say there's not much to worry about. He'll still be worrying until he's got the job done. It was a well-thrown dart. He missed on the outside. Whitlock needs the lot to put the heat on, to put the pressure on and ask the big question. And Daryl Gurney has never thrown more important darts than these. He knows how important these are, what it means to him. This is the opportunity he's wanted all his darting career. He wants tops for the title. And Daryl Gurney is the darling of Dublin. He wins his first big major title. Daryl Gurney, the Northern Irishman, joins the big league. He wins the World Grand Prix. He beats Simon Whitlock in an emotional and thrilling final. And he now is in the winner's enclosure as one of the big players on Planet Darts.
It was breathtaking. It was brilliant. Some brilliant boxing coming up now on Sky Sports main event. The Anthony Crolla-Ricky Burns fight about to get underway. The darts presentation reaction continues on Sky Sports Arena and Sky Sports Mix. Stay there for the darts. We're heading to Manchester, now on main event for the boxing.
Sky Sports main event. Feel it all.